Hey everybody, how's it going? Shout out Sub Kyle04 for that intro. You guys probably know who that is. He's the guy that does cars and shit. Alright, I'm already rambling. That's cool. Anyway, let's dive right into the story. So, this story is about the day I got my cat. So, this story technically goes back to Christmas Day 2024. So, I'm in the living room, wherever I was, just opening presents. And I get like this big ass like Yeti water bottle. It was some kind of big ass water bottle. I forget what brand it was, but there was a piece of paper in it. So my mom's like, "Oh, open it up." And I open up the water bottle. First, I'm like, "Why the fuck do I want a water bottle?" And then I notice, "Oh, there's a big ass piece of paper. Are you blind or stupid?" So I do exactly that. I read the paper and it says, "Merry Christmas, Marston. In a couple weeks, you, your mom, and your brother are picking me up." And I thought my mom already like ordered the cat or something. I'm like, "Mom, like, how do you know this cat's gonna be here in 2 weeks?" And she was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. I was just saying that because we're gonna do it after the holidays and shit," which made sense. I was like, "Okay, yeah, makes sense, makes sense." But fast forward a couple weeks, and I keep saying, "Oh, when are we gonna go get the cat?" And my mom and my brother, they like to prevent me getting this cat. Like they would always tell me no, since we hadn't had a pet since I was like 4 or 5. Like after that, my parents both agreed, no more pets, all that. Which I understand. They don't want pets going around their house and shit. And now I know I just said my mom and my brother prevented me from getting the cat. I'm not here to dox them or talk shit about them, since at the end of the day, family is all you got. Keep your family close. You're arguing with your family, quit that shit. Like I kind of should have. I kind of just been like, all right, you know what? Let's figure something out, whatever. But I would argue with them about that, which I regret. You shouldn't be doing that over something small like that. I really do regret it. That being said, back to the story. They kept saying, "Oh, no, 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 no," for like the longest time. And then come Christmas, like I said, I get that paper that says we're getting the cat. And then those 2 weeks go by and it's the same bullshit. They're like, "Oh, no, no, no. You need to save a certain amount of money." I'm like, "Bro, you converted that into a Christmas present. What the fuck do you mean I have to earn it? Save amount of money. Like, what am I, 5? Oh, if you save $15 of your allowance, I'll buy you the new Power Ranger." That's what it felt like. But I was like, "Nah, nah, 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 bro. Like, nah." And they would just argue with me about it left and right, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, etc. etc. So a few weeks later, fast forward to actually a week before my birthday, like February something, 2025, I finally just had enough. So I was bitching to my boy Logan about it, the guy from the sub story and the first job story. So he says to me, "Oh, come to my house. I got a surprise for you." And when Logan would say that, it could be anything. He likes to surprise me with anything. Like I said, like sometimes it'll be like a free ticket, sometimes it'll be a free casino hotel. Like it could have literally been anything. I swear to God. So I pull up to his house, and him and his dad are waiting for me in his living room. Then he's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "What?" Then his dad's like, "Yeah, I'm taking you to the shelter. Logan told me what's going on. We're taking you to the animal shelter." And at first I was like, I don't want to piss off my mom. But at the same time, like, let's just get this done with so that way we can stop arguing about this. Because, like I said, I hate arguing with my family. I really, really do. So we go over to the shelter, and there's plenty of cats, dogs, all that. As you can tell, I'm more of a cat person. I'm all for, like, golden retrievers and black labs and poodles and shit, but I don't fuck with big dogs. I don't know why. Great Danes and Weimaraner's and shit like that. I don't fuck with those kind of dogs. I don't know why. I don't know if because I was a kid. A Great Dane fucking bolted at me when I was like 5, and I was like, holy shit. And that was right after my own dog died, which is kind of crazy timing if you ask me. But anyway, I see the cat that I want. And I'll just say her real name since she's a cat. She doesn't really have an identity, no offense to her. But I'm going to just call her Wanda Bear because that's her name. And I read her little like note on the cage thing, and it was like, "Oh, my name's Wanda Bear. I'm a little shy. The shelter makes me shy, but I like to be pat like where my ears are and on the neck and shit. So I start doing that, and she immediately starts purring. Like I remember I gave her one of those tube things too, and right away she started like eating that shit too. And I was like, oh okay, this is my cat. So I call my mom, and I was nervous, but I was like, you know what, might as well just get it done with. So I call my mom, like I just said, and she was like, okay, fine, 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 because it was my Christmas present from her. So I was like, it's gonna be 200. Just leave the cash on the table, please, for tomorrow, and we'll get it done with. So, like I said, my mom was like, all right, whatever, fine. And the next day, I go back to the shelter with Logan and his brother. We'll call him Scott. So, me, Logan, and Scott head on back to the shelter. And there she is. There's Wanda Bear. And I remember the guy from the shelter was trying to put her in, like, the go away thing, whatever you want to call it. Like, the thing they put animals in when you first get them. And it took him, like, a good 5-10 minutes. I remember. Like, I was worried, like, something happened. But soon enough, Wanda Bear was officially mine. Like I paid the dude 200. I dropped Logan and his brother off, and that was it. And then I get home. I put her in my room, and immediately she hides under my dresser. Like I had no access to her whatsoever. And I was like, oh fuck, please don't be one of those cats. But then one of my good friends, and I'm still friends with her to this day, she also kind of pushed me to say to my mom, like, look, I'm an adult, I want this cat. But to protect her identity, I'm gonna just call her Ashley. So Ashley's like, oh yeah, yeah, you're an adult. Don't let your mom and brother tell you can. And she still to this day gives me good advice on my cat, which I appreciate because she has cats of her own. She has experience, which is really good to know. Both her and Logan have really been have been the most supportive, more supportive of my mom and my brother on this, to be honest. Like I said, not the docs. All right, I'm rambling. I'm rambling. So about a day later, Wanda Bear is now out walking around the house, all that stuff. Oh wow, that was quick. But she was still shy, kind of near guess at first. But lately, as like the years gone on, especially with other cat owners, like for example, on Thanksgiving and Easter, for example, one of my cousins, who we'll call Katie, has a cat or has two cats and two dogs. And immediately, whenever Katie and her husband come over, she will like sniff the shit out of her, and sometimes I'm like, I'm your owner, not her. But yeah, I'll tell plenty of other stories about this cat on my story. I have some interesting stories about her, but I'll say one of the main highlights about her though. So this was a couple weeks after I got her. She's been doing this ever since, which I love. She literally is a dog in disguise. Like I'll come home from work or one of my buddies' houses, wherever, and she'll literally like jump up on me like a dog, or she'll start sniffing me, and she won't stop meowing until you give her attention. It's actually pretty cute if you ask me. And she also likes this window thing. So I got this window thing, ironically, from Ashley, the girl I mentioned a few minutes ago. And she chills in there. She likes the outside. She actually likes to go for walks too. Like I have this leash thing. I'll walk her around my yard, around my neighborhood. But the thing is, some of my neighbors have dogs. So I'm extra careful like that. Like there was this one time when I was walking, and the dog started barking like fucking crazy. I was like, oh shit. And so does she, luckily, but I start running back towards my house. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, if that dog comes any closer, it could be trouble. But yeah, she's a very, very good cat, like I just said. Every morning, she'll come up to my bed, start licking me, start sniffing me. I just fucking love this cat, bro. I really, really do. In conclusion, though, I'm really happy things ended up working out. I'm really happy my mom and my brother started to understand how I feel about this cat and why I wanted it. Since she's more of an emotional support cat, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'll wake up and just knowing that the cat's there, I just feel a lot better, you know? Alright, that's gonna. Oh, yeah, actually, before I go, that's right. I'm gonna be getting a new microphone hopefully today. I know this microphone isn't the best quality, so I'm going to be posting the community college experience later on with my new microphone. So stay tuned for that. Alright, guys. I will see you guys later on today. Peace.